Today on the Ask BP podcast, we're talking about how do you build your real estate investing team. Batter up.
You're listening to another Bigger Pockets Ask BP podcast, where you'll hear short, direct answers to your biggest real estate questions. Submit your question today on Facebook, Twitter, or the Bigger Pockets forums by using hashtag AskBP. And don't forget to pick up your copy of the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Real Estate Investing and other great content when you sign up for your free account at biggerpockets.com. With that, let's get to the show.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Bigger Pockets Ask BP podcast. I want to especially thank people who are listening on iTunes, watching on YouTube, or checking this out on Bigger Pockets directly. You guys rock. Or on Stitcher, if you have an Android phone. Either way, you guys rock. Thank you for letting me be part of your day and for being part of my day. Today, we're talking about your team. And I'm not talking about like your sports team or, your work team or whatever. Like, I'm talking about your real estate team, the people that are around you that help you to build your business. Now, the term real estate team is tossed around a lot, but I don't think the word means quite what a lot of people think it does. What exactly is a team? First of all, don't be weird about it. It's not like when you're like, okay, I'm going to invest in real estate. I got to get my team. And so you're going around, you're like, hey, will you be part of my team? Or even worse, will you be part of my power team? Like, people are like, are you okay? Like, they're gonna look at you kind of funny, right? It sounds like you're like recruiting people to be part of your Avengers or something group. The team is not like an official thing. You don't get jerseys and walk around as part of your team. Your team is simply a phrase that we use to mean the people that you work with, the people that are into your industry. So your team members could be anything like, let me say, your first most important team member. Let me actually go over a list of team members. Your number one most important team member, if you have one, is your spouse or your significant other if you're not married. That is your most important team member, I believe, because they're the person that's going to help you out 24/7. Even when you're not around your other team members, they're always with you. And it can be very, very difficult to invest in real estate when you have a team member, your co-captain, and they're not involved with what you do. And they don't have to be involved in real estate. They don't even have to care about real estate, but they at least should be supportive of you. If you don't have that, maybe you want to reconsider your adventure into real estate. But having a good supportive spouse or significant other is incredibly important when trying to build your real estate team. And they're a good team member. Secondly, a mentor or accountability partner is very, very good to have on your team. Again, don't be weird about it. Don't invite them to your secret club and have a weird handshake. But they're good to have around you. Associate with those people. Third, a real estate agent, very, very important member of your team. Somebody who can help you find deals, who can go on the MLS and get you good deals. And if you're already an agent, there's likely other agents you're going to be on your team. Maybe you're a broker, you're managing broker, or the other sellers or the other buyers, that whatever you're dealing with in your real estate. Those are people that might be on your team or people in your office. A lender is going to be on your team. You need a good lender if you're going to get loans. Now, you could have multiple lenders, just like you could have multiple real estate agents or mentors. You probably shouldn't have multiple spouses, though. That doesn't go over too well. So, you have your lender. You might have a private money lender. You might have multiple private money lenders. You might have a hard money lender. You might have a portfolio lender. You might have a bank, a credit union, whatever. But you got to develop those relationships with those lenders. Contractors to manage big projects for you, or handymen to handle small projects. Those are very, very key members of your team. A bookkeeper, if you don't want to do the books yourself, get a bookkeeper as part of your team. A CPA, that's different than a bookkeeper. CPA is the one who does your taxes at the end of the year. You probably want to have one of those, a good real estate focused CPA. Don't get somebody on your team who's not real estate investing focused, because it's bad. I've been there, done that, lost a lot of money. Bad stories. A lawyer. You're probably going to need a lawyer at some point, whether it's for evicting tenants or getting forms or drafting up partnership agreements or suing a contractor who's taking your money. Whatever you got, the lawyer is a very important part of your team. Insurance agent. That's probably going to be part of your team. Somebody you can rely on to get property insurance, and when it gets canceled, to figure out why and to get it adjusted and to send paperwork in. And insurance can be a pain in the butt. So having a good insurance agent on your team is very, very important. Next, property manager. If you're not going to manage yourself, it's good to have a good, solid, amazing property manager on your team. You could manage yourself, nothing wrong with that. But if not, you're going to need probably a property manager. If you're a flipper, you might need a project manager, somebody who can manage the day-to-day operations at the flip. Unless you plan on doing that as well. But those are good team members. And then finally, employees. Maybe you actually want employees in your company. Now, when you're just starting out, you probably don't have employees. You probably don't need employees unless you're growing really, really quickly. But pretty much every aspect of what you do could essentially be outsourced to somebody else. Now, there's probably some things that you do better than anybody else could possibly do, and you should focus on that. But employees could be part of your team. And you could actually get them jerseys, and that you could force them to wear it, and they could say funny nicknames on the back, and you'd be awesome. And you could be like, "This is my team," and I'm getting off track. So those are kind of your team members. Now, again, a lot of people look at the team and they say, like, "I want to get in real estate. I need to build my team." I typically don't say that's like the first step in building your real estate, because a team happens kind of naturally. Now, you still need to be proactive in getting the best people, but your team, it's not like you need to go out and just recruit for a week on building your team. Your team comes when you need team members, and maybe a little bit before. So if you know you're going to flip houses, we'll start looking for a contractor. If you know you're going to go buy a property, start talking to agents and get a real estate agent. If you know you're going to be needing financing soon, start talking to banks. You can get those relationships done early. Nothing wrong with that. But it's not like you have to do it all at one time and give people secret, decoder pens or something like that. So again, don't overthink the idea of a team. It just means people that you work with. But be intentional about working with the best team. So be intentional about working with the best team. What I mean by that is, don't just settle for any contractor. Look for the best. Don't just settle with any agent. Look for the best. Look for the best in everything you do, and hire people that are smarter than you and better workers than you at almost every task you can. So like hire, now sometimes you can't do that. Contractors, you might want the best contractor in the world. You can't always get the best contractor in the world because he charges $400 an hour, and it wouldn't make any sense for him to go fix a broken pipe at $400 an hour. I don't know. But find the best one for the job that you have, and always seek to be improving and to solidify those relationships. And if they become bad, replace them with other people. A Craigslist ad looking for somebody is free. Obviously, you got to screen well if you're going to put a Craigslist ad, but if you need a contractor, put a Craigslist ad up. See who comes in. I just found 2 really good ones. Well, one really bad one and a couple really good ones using Craigslist. If you need a bookkeeper, why not, check it out. Ask for referrals. Go on your Facebook. Ask family and friends for referrals. But be proactive about building the best team possible if you want to succeed in your real estate business. So with that, I think that's all I got for you guys today. Today's quote comes from Thomas Edison, who said, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work." Do you hear that? Do you hear that? All right, so let's get out of here. For those people who don't know, my name is Brandon. I am the VP here at BP. If you're not part of Bigger Pockets, jump into the community. I don't know why you're not active, so get active. Jump in the forums, ask questions, answer questions. Welcome new members to the community and say, "Hey, glad you're here." Read blog posts, comment on stuff, do local meetups. Whatever you got to do, just get out there. Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you associate with the most. That's a popular quote. You are the average of the 5 people you associate with the most. So associate with some people you want to be like. Build relationships. Jump in. Find success. For Bigger Pockets, my name is Brandon. And remember, in pursuit of your dreams, don't just learn, but take action. For Ask BP, I'm signing off.
You've just heard another episode of the Bigger Pockets Ask BP podcast. Submit your question today on Facebook, Twitter, or the Bigger Pockets forum by using hashtag AskBP. And for more incredible real estate investing tools and education, including a free download of our book, The Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Real Estate Investing, head over to biggerpockets.com and sign up for your free account today. We'll see you on the next show.